I was like looking for my button to switch over to this screen in particular, and I was having issues trying to find it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was taking a while. But we are back this week for Raid for Pandemonium Savage in Final Fantasy. And we're missing people. So, we're just kind of chilling and hanging out and talking in Discord. Because if you take a look at. Oh, I need to, like. Hang on. We're going to turn that off. Where's my thingy with the spinny ball? We're going to turn that off. There we go. Now you can see the party. We are only 5 people strong. Char is actually already with us, so 6 technically, but we're kind of down like 2 people. So we can't get started yet. However, I have not eaten dinner, and I ordered a sub from Subway. So we're gonna half turn this stream into what are they called? Mukbangs, where it's just gonna be me eating for a hot minute because I'm hungry and I need food because I said so. So I'm going to grab my delicious, as I drop my chips to the floor, sub that I got from Subway. Yeah, super excited. Footlong Italian herb and wait, did I say that right? Yeah, footlong Italian herb and cheese Italian BMT sandwich, toasted with pepper jack cheese with lettuce, tomato, green peppers, red onions, banana peppers, mayonnaise, mustard, sweet onion sauce, red wine vinegar, salt, and pepper. All stuffed in between 2 loaves of Italian urban cheese bread. My food boner has gone full staff. Or full mast. Is that the word I was looking for? I think. Oh my god, it's leaking. And it looks delicious. Oh, did she cut it in half? I don't think she did. Well, she tried. There we go. Okay, I just ripped it in half. Look at this sandwich. Look at this sandwich. Isn't it amazing? Give it a lick. It tastes just like not raisins. There's no reason for us to look at the game like that. Alright, I'm gonna bring Discord back in. Because we were chatting and doing stuff. Celine, hi.
I'm not sure if you, when you got out or if you're still out, but I don't think that there's. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I don't think there's warrants anymore in the Navy
Maybe
because
not.
y'all E7s, like y'all call them chief, don't you? Like they
Oh,
took on that role
Yeah,
nowadays or something.
E7 is chief, then
Yeah,
E8 is senior chief, and then E9 is master chief.
y'all talking
yeah,
military. I was really confused there for a second.
Talking about
yeah.
Halo.
Wait,
Master
what?
Chief.
What?
I heard Master Chief and I tuned in like, wait, Halo?
Yeah.
Got your eye level up to 587? Awesome, grats. Oh god, that's actually way up there. And got Yasmin her bird last night. Sweet. I remember her mentioning that. Mmm. So good. Didn't give me any napkins either. Oh well. Hmm. What you been up to, Shalane? This is gonna be like hashtag just chatting before we get ready for raid. Because again, we're still missing a couple of people. Hmm. As I eat this amazing sandwich that is leaking all over my hand. Just spamming experts? Wait, you mean like expert roulette or do you mean extremes? My poor sandwich is having difficulty staying together. Expert roulette. I think it was you who actually said you did this too. I need to spam the dead ends. I'm thinking about just like taking my trust and just hitting the dead ends over and over again until the starbird finally drops, and then that way I can make sure that I'm the one that gets it. Nah, bring me. I'm good luck. But then we're still looking at only like a 50-50 chance that somebody else could end up getting it. And although I'm pretty good at stealing shit, not literally, but basically because my rolls are usually good. Better than 75% shot. Yeah, I agree. Like, if there's people that just want to spam it for like gear or something, and either don't want or already have the minion, that would be super beneficial. Char is back in the party. What is this activity feed showing up in the corner? What is this? How do I get rid of this? I already have an activity feed. What is happening? Chat's already open, isn't it? Then what is this and how do I get rid of it? I can't move it. Okay, I'm gonna like share my screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. So if you look in the top left, just below my TwitchCon donation goal, there's this little activity box. And it won't go away. I don't know what it is or what it's for. I can't right click it. I can't move it. It's just sitting on top of my screen and it won't go anywhere. Upsetting. I'll have to figure that out at some point or another. At least it's in a position on my screen where it's not really covering anything important. It's just like the first section of the limit break bar. So I can deal with that. That's not a problem. Did I mute myself in Discord? I'm so dumb. I deafened myself in Discord and didn't even realize it.
Dumb.
I'm pretty. Hey, Squishy! I was tempted to just stream me working on my stuff last night in Discord, not gonna lie. If there are streamers out there that can literally just sit there and just have a talk show for hours on end, I'm pretty sure that you can definitely do that and it be still, like, successful.
Isn't that a podcast?
There you go. I like podcasts, especially from ones that, what's the group called that did Has Been Hotel? Vizmiz, I think?
VivziePop or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the actual like name of the creator and the artist. And I think their channel or their podcast is like Vizmiz or something. But yeah, I definitely like listening to their podcasts and stuff. They're absolutely hilarious. You're very pretty. Shut up. I'm very hungry.
Yeah, whenever they throw out like an update on YouTube, I'll watch that, but that's about it.
Yeah, they had. Oh shit! I just got sweet onion sauce all over my hand. Yeah, they kind of had a semi-new music video that I didn't know about that was released in like October of last year. I was like, how did I miss this? I'm so upset. I need to see if there has been any news or updates about any work with the actual show itself, like episode 2 of Hazbin Hotel. Because there's been so many like side stories and songs and stuff revolving around the story. But we all just want to see the next episode, please. My day, Squish, has been uneventful. Apparently, from where I was sick from both Monday and Tuesday, all of it caught up with me with the exhaustion, and I slept in all day today. And I didn't get up until I had to like start getting ready for. Oh shit, we filled up the party. Until I had to start getting ready for my doctor's appointment this afternoon.
You're sage too, by the way.
Oh god, thank you for letting me know.
I thought you were checking something out, so I didn't say anything. But
I just saw myself wearing the Omega suit, and it's like, okay, I'm a healer.
I hope you're still my partner, Gag.
Squish, I was actually supposed to be working on the website today for the Echoes Chamber, which is gonna be me after we're done raiding tonight.
What's the other spot that's open? Southeast and northwest.
I believe so. Because you and me are northeast.
Yeah.
The only thing that occupied my mind was wondering if Naka had enough spiders for his website.
Enough what?
Spiders.
Spiders? Oh.
Website.
Oh! I was about to say it took me a second. I was like, why are we bringing in my arachnophobia? This is not okay.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm also on the same boat. And we're sinking when it comes to spiders.
Mm-hmm.
I'll blow the boat up. I don't care if I drown.
No life vest, no
Yeah,
life boats. It's still gonna be on fire.
This is how my mind works.
I'm moving the sandwich. I cannot play with my mouse with my rings on. That is not gonna work. Those gotta go away. Thank you, Squish. Yeah, most of these I think is going to be just the re-clear of P1S and P2S. I only just now realized I have no audio coming from my game. Let me see if I can fix that without relogging. There we go. Okay, I can hear it now.
Yay! I can use a pumpkin rat.
Ooh, excuse me. Focus target is a thing. We're going to change up the music here. Some programs I need to close too.
What does he mean, red or blue safe?
For
Oh,
darts,
okay, that's what you mean.
Shackles of Time.
Got it. Since we've haven't had to bug for P1S, so I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I had to think of the name of the mechanic there for a second.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I got Steam open too. Shit, y'all, I am so sorry. I was so ill prepared.
Is that for the vegetables?
Oh, Steam vegetables actually sound pretty good. We have a frozen bag of vegetables in the freezer that I could totally do that with. Just pop that sucker in the microwave. Oop, that regen was supposed to go in you, not me. Let's try that again.
Okay, just more health for Naka.
My overheal is over 9,000. I got blue.
Naka is in, Firewall is out.
Ow.
Ooh, that did kind of hurt. Oh god.
Nonsense.
Oh my!
Well, wipe it. I assume it was that's 3 people down. Fuck it.
Into the abyss. Whee!
What happened?
I was looking
Somebody
at health
cheated, right?
bars. I missed it.
I died instantly along with 3 other people. Maybe someone might have been too far or too close or something.
Do 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 do.
Turn my
Oh.
music up
Uh-oh.
just a bit.
3.
Ken, when did you become a
Fun.
Wawa?
Attack!
Just yesterday.
Good man.
I
No.
only did it for a raid. I wanted to see reactions.
I just noticed.
Yeah. I got the 3 Fantasias on the discount, so I wanted to do this for meme. And then second one I want to use for something I want to try actually.
Shara, I have
Naka's
red.
out. Shin is in. Rafe, there we go.
No, don't murder me.
2, 1.
Meow, 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 meow.
There we go.
2, then 4.
Yeah, you guys will probably see me as something different tomorrow as well.
Ah, shit. I went too fast.
Grace. I know that noise. Where does that come from?
And slide whistle. In and out.
Disenchantment.
Really?
Or Disenchanted, whatever that show is called.
Yeah.
Lucy. Lucy makes that noise.
Disenchantment.
Yes.
I've only seen it once. Or at least the first season.
It's actually not half bad. It's actually got a decent story behind all the crazy, stupid humor.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Triple ice.
Yeah.
I also went with the Rick Clam.
Come on, come on,
Bro,
come on.
I'm fucking small.
Whole different
Killing me,
perspective, man.
Smalls.
Oh my god.
Erg.
think I might actually be smaller than my alt. I don't remember what he is at.
Dartboard.
You cannot allow us to run free. That sounds a lot like marriage, maybe.
Yeah.
What?
And 2-side ice.
Oh boy.
Perg.
Bread. Fire's good on the 2-side. Out.
Ooh.
Run, Coit, run.
I did not run.
Alright, everyone's staying in ice. Except for Shara.
Lucid dreaming would be nice right now.
I am shut.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Really beginning to love that bell.
Ring,
Alright.
ring, ring.
You
Watch your
ring
debuffs.
the
Taco Bell.
Ooh, run, run, run. Okay, we got it.
1. 2.
I can't reach anybody.
All good. I got center.
Can you place the bell down anywhere, like the Earthly Star, or is it like where you stand?
It's a ground target.
Oh, okay. Man, I wish I had one.
Because I know with Hippocampus, every time he does Deluge, I throw it right dead center.
Alright, it's gonna be an out after it goes first and then an in. So wait for the thing to go off, move out,
Oh crap.
move in,
Oh.
go
I
back
fuck
to your
up.
spot,
Oh,
wipe.
it hurt.
I ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo, ha-da-ba-da-doo-da-doo, ha-doo-da-doo. Meow, 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 meow.
Fucking Meeseeks.
We're not supposed to live this long.
Just need 60 more tomes for the week. Damn, Celine, you got done early.
Fun attack.
Ah, that mitigation makes me happy. Shackles. Four, then two.
do the tank thing.
Purg.
Man, it feels good to be ahead of the Bard.
In, then out. He decided to do a little 45-degree angle turn there too.
Sorry, I went the other way so that way I didn't have to.
I mean, it worked because it was an in and out anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Ow, that one kind of hurt. Positions for Temperance. Got like one mustache hair trying to poke me in the lip and is annoying as crap.
Mustache it back.
I'm trying. AoE.
Well, no.
Grace. Throwing Asylum down.
Heima.
Or in ice. What is that, Purg? Or out ice. Shackles of time, fire is bad. Ink bust. Transition. See if I can hang on to Bell. Damn, is that bleed damage? Four folds. Watch your timers.
Oh, I got the long. Oh, someone took that spot.
And that is why the bell is amazing. Temperance. Oh my god. gonna be in, then out. Positions. Oh, sorry, don't die. No, no, no.
At least one of my abilities can reach far away. Instantly.
Sorry, I'll be 3 when it comes up.
Do the thing. I believe in you. Please.
Please, now is the best time.
We're open today. Drake, does my
Alright,
game title...
Shackles,
Go ahead.
Shackles first, everyone get an ice. Followed by a tank mechanic stack, except for Gin. Gin stay in fire. Now Shackles, now get ready for Ethereal.
Ouch. Char, I'm switching with you.
Wait, you're an out. Quit, you're an out.
I'm in, what? No. Summoner is not.
Cannon ice. Ow, my god.
Ugh. This is my fucking note.
Crap. Yeah, I don't think I can save us from that. Not with that many deaths.
Yes, please shut it.
I'm gonna wall. Stream title is saying we open today. Oh, I'm sorry, Drake. I updated it, but I don't think I hit the actual update button. Okay. It should be fixed now.
You had to force the summoner to move.
Yes, Faoril. That is what we were trying to do.
Gotta commit.
Hope you know your Discord is showing you're open. If you're talking about for the Echo Chamber, I had to just update the game title for the stream. So, it should be fixed now. Welcome to the stream for the first time, though, Jade. And he dances. Shackles. 4, then 2. Grace? Buttons are not working. There we go. In, then out. That looked like that almost clipped me. AoE? Intemperance? Nice. Purg? Transition? Asylum going down? Four. Out on ice. Grace? Two. In ice. Shackles of time. Fire is bad. Transition? Four folds. Watch your timers. Intemperance? gonna be an in, then an out. Ooh, positions. AoE. Transition. Bubble going down. Scooch in a bit for heals. Shackles of time. Fire bad and purg. Oh shit. Rezzing. AoE. I got a Benny for Koi. Ow, 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 ow. Shackles. Positions. Watch your chains. I have out. Shara, switch with me.
Fireside.
Thank you.
Ice side.
AoE. Two. What's that other one? Out. Ice. In. 4. Fire. Out. Then in on ice. That works too. And luckily I got the spreadsheet up already, although I just got blinded. Oh my god. What do we got? Necklace, earrings, bracelet.
I passed on everything.
Yeah.
Rafe needs earring. And I think the necklace and the bracelet is free for all.
Already got it in chat.
Awesome. I'm loving what I'm doing with my rooms right now. Celine, are you doing a remodel?
Seriously? Seriously.
Why so serious?
Oh god, the pugs. Ugh.
No, not the pugs.
Oh, did someone take the earrings?
Shara.
First thing I did was leave when we got the clear. I didn't see nothing.
Okay.
Oh shit. Ooh, what was that? Oh, JG did follow. Thank you. And I did knock the music down a notch. Oh my god, you are tiny.
I'm fucking small. You can kick me and I'll be on the other side of Shirogane in seconds. I turned myself into a potato. I'm potato again.
Worry.
Worry.
Yes.
Nothing to worry about. Oh well, actually there is. The two new fucking newbies that are gonna come in to help us.
Just no more like hamster turds left all over the yard, please.
Well, now that you mention it, I'm gonna have to. Gonna have to.
Drake said you're banned from Triple Triad now.
Oh.
You've been disowned.
Hey, I'm in the green. Look at that.
I'm making his life in D&D hell then. What? Just no.
We need fertilizer, right?
All right. So, do we want to see about waiting for Matt tomorrow for P2S? Because I don't think he was concerned about P1S too much. But I need other people to weigh in here.
All right, I'm still playing a little bit of catch up. Is he gonna be late for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we don't know. His password was all fucky.
Oh, with the password
Just
situation.
gotta wait 24 hours.
Yeah.
And since it was late, it'll be resolved hopefully at around the time we started raiding in the.
Jade, no. That is not the situation here. I'm fully clothed in Omega. The collar gives
I
it away.
would prefer to wait for Matt.
Oh my
One
god.
vote preferred Matt.
Jade said stop. You're making it worse.
Who, me?
Yes.
Well, what was bad to begin with?
Tiny child pulling on my tail.
Oh yeah, you know. From my science experiment. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
By the way, have you seen Morty?
Nope. Naka, just need my neck and earrings for your gear. Oh, awesome. You are not too far from being fully slotted then, Celine.
Wait, again, hold up. You should
Bro.
never switch back.
Are we the fucking same height?
I picked like 3 feet even.
Oh, I think I might have done the same. This is so funny to look at.
And almost getting my second weapon. What weapon are you getting, Celine? I have too many windows open. Oh my god. There we go. I might get either one for Dark Knight or for my Astrologian. Now, weapon
He
wise,
had to re-gear a second class.
are you like
So he probably needs
Ah.
more than
getting
Probably
your
has no
Heidelin
books.
weapons?
no.
Well,
no.
one since we cleared.
Uh,
Haven't been able to get any groups to let me in. Oh no! But it is the Heidelin weapons that you're going after, right?
that bard had a 0%. Straight 0.
Dude, I was out DPSing him for a while through that first before we wiped.
A friend of mine's been having the same problem. I figured it was going to die
Don't
down a
think I
lot.
understand what you mean, Naka.
Oh, hang on a second.
Gotta wait to 24 hours to even get a fix.
Okay, that was my question because I didn't know what his status was with the password thing.
Yeah, he says he's gotta wait 24 hours to try it again for them to send him another one.
I would IMO. I would probably say, if we're able to get in touch with any subs to see to try to avoid a pug situation in Party Finder. If we can get any subs to come in, we might be able to go ahead and get started at 7. If not, I personally do not mind waiting to see if Matt can get in.
Yeah, personally, I'm with waiting for Matt as well, just for keeping gear within the group as well. And it's like, apart from Rafe, who I know still needs gear from P1S, I think everyone else has everything. So I don't think Matt mind missing P1 too much, but P2, we only just cleared it. So personally, I feel like we should have Matt with us, or at least try to have Matt with us.
Yeah, accessory wise, Shara and Stealth still need a ring, and Rafe needs the earring.
Else is gone.
Okay, so
Yeah.
strike through that.
Yeah, Stealth said he can no longer be a part of the group because he has a lot of commitments coming up,
Right.
and we just didn't want to leave us hanging with some stuff, so he stepped away. Which is why we have Rafe permanently tanking for us. And really we've just been needing a pug DPS till we find someone permanent who talks and responds to us.
Somebody just
Fuck is
recently
going on
asked
over
me
there?
about that. Crap. Who just asked me about our raid group?
Decoy asked me, but Decoy said he can't even start till 9.
Oh, that's right. It was Decoy. Because I talked to him too, and you're right. He said he would have a scheduling problem.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, man. I was like, we shut that shit down at 9. Or at least our time, because he's in Texas.
Right, right, yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't even know Decoy was still playing.
Oh yeah. I actually follow him on some other social media, but yeah, he's definitely playing the game still.
I had a Facebook. I was friends with one of his Facebooks. I drew the line when he tried to add his persona to. That was my friend. Said I'll talk to Dante.
I want to go after them. I'm talking about my second
And then I
radiant
deleted
weapon.
Facebook.
Okay, okay, radiant.
It's a
Got you.
debacle.
Has it already been almost
Goes
14
insane.
weeks since Panda's come out? God, time flies.
All right, so that's 3 votes for don't mind waiting. Still need to hear from Shara, Rafe, and Gin.
I'm all forever the majority. I mean, I got my pieces for P1.
My schedule of work now is I'm not off until at least 9 p.m. Central. I just finished orientation today. Congrats on that, by the way.
I say we wait for Matt then.
So bye bye Western
And
time
then
zone.
we can consensus
Jade.
try and swing out to tomorrow.
Otherwise, I'd offer to DPS for raiding, even if I am new. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a interesting time period in which we raid, compared to some of the more extreme groups.
Rafe, are you just missing earrings or what's the gear situation? So okay.
Yeah, that's the
So
only
you
slot
got
he's
your
got
last
green.
piece apart from earrings with books then? Okay. So then next week we'll try to remember and we'll preemptively say something before we even get into it. Like if earrings drops or if we have everyone here, I'll just fucking loot master it. Uh if we can.
That works. That way we can double check the spreadsheet.
Hey, sir, can I have some loot?
Going back to the coal mines with you.
Oh my god.
The smithing stone mines, let's go, Quate.
I mean, I can buy up to 6s.
I need help killing the falling star beast on my second character.
Which one? Feels like there's multiple.
The one in the cave, the bad cave with the centipede people.
Oh, that one. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
Remember the draconic tree sentinel, Quate? Remember him?
Him?
Remember him, Quate?
Yeah,
Remember who saved you?
you did. If you're
It
trying to
was-
use that as leverage, I was gonna go with you anyways.
Oh,
I
I
don't.
haven't even unlocked the place. I'm still
Okay.
exploring. I gotta go explore Carrion Manor. All right, guys. Clear tonight. We'll reconvene tomorrow. I'll try and keep in touch with Matt, see what he says. Because if it's a no go, I want to get us in there, I guess, right away. Because he straight up can't join next week. That's why I really want to make sure he gets his clear this week with us. So we should rename our group to scheduling conflict.
Oh my god. That's every group.
Yeah. Well, people got lives, so it's completely understandable. No, the answer is superiority.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Step outside and watch the kids playing. Huh? That confused me.
For anyone with mods, I am sorry.
Gin is
Going right
naked.
now?
Oh my god, no. That's why you said that.
What?
Anybody
that?
with mods.
Yeah.
Because I'm inside the house.
Oh, okay. You're safe.
I'm safe. Not that I play with mods
you know-
anyway.
I'm going all raw.
Natural.
Oh, Raw?
Yeah, I was thinking about going either Miko for like a little bit since it was my main, but
You've already done that.
I know. But like I've never really thought of any other race I would be.
Well, clearly
The
you
other
didn't
one
think,
would be all raw.
you didn't
'cause
think hard enough because Lala fell.
Lala Fell is good because I just realized it has my favorite hair color, my hairs. But I think Raw does too. But the thing about Raw is that I had this idea with some people, and I want to make sure if I can do it, that it would be worth it. Because I have a thing where I want to do me, my brother, and my friend as all Raws, and we're gonna be like different like soda fucking things.
Okay.
Like
I was about to
one's
ask a
gonna be
question if
Pepsi,
this idea that
one's
you
gonna be
had
Mountain Dew.
involved somebody by the name of Tia, and I was about to be really concerned.
TN.
Tia. Role
Tia.
players.
Yeah.
Oh, what about her?
and-
Her obsession with Dragon Daddies.
oh my
You know,
god. They
I kind of
pat-
forgot about that.
I have a question though. Who's
They
gonna be
pat-
the orange crush?
I don't know, but I'm gonna be Mountain Dew.
Who loves orange soda?
Hale loves orange soda. I do.
Is it true?
You know what's really funny? I got orange soda from Subway right now.
I do. Dude, they patched the game. I no longer have to unplug my orb weaver. Fuck yes.
Hells yeah.
I do.
Wait a minute. Ooh, they got like a nice vanilla Sephiroth here.
Yeah.
I wish they had Sephiroth hair.
That'd be crazy.
Sephiroth.
Say
They
my
got some
name.
nice.
Say my name. Sephiroth.
Sephiroth.
Say my name. Say my name.
So upset over the bird music.
Yo, yeah, that was the most upsetting thing in the entirety of Heaven's Ward.
Oh, which Sephiroth?
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started.
Well, I'm pretty sure a lawsuit had something to do with that.
It very much had something to do with that, yes.
What sucks too is because honestly, Power Man 5000 got probably a boost of fucking listeners after that shit.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Any publicity is good publicity.
First time I heard a Power Man 5000 song, it was when they had it in that movie Evolution.
Wow, that's a movie I haven't seen in a while.
The first time I saw that movie, I was in stitches. I was dying laughing so fucking hard. I love that movie. Bye, Shara. You non-talkative person. You.
Screw me.
Damn. I may be in conflict with the horns.
Damn. Who?
That's what they're for, though.
I know, but I don't know which one I want because they are all cool.
Bro, always get the one that prevents you from having a dirt face.
So instead of flowers,
Dirt
Ross
face.
is bringing me
Okay,
cookies.
I might have one that's good.
When he comes to see me in
orange is the
Oklahoma
best
City.
looking.
Yes.
Anything that's not the curve.
That's gonna be so
Your
sweet.
face looks stupid as the fuck.
Talk about
Unless you're
face
playing,
theory.
unless you're playing a.
Tell that to the
female
gaming
or
PC
that's
company that
different.
just had to halt all production since they fucked over that small streamer.
Dude,
Oh,
hate
I
to see
know
that
exactly what you're
so
talking.
much.
Freaking muting Discord on that one. I actually checked out that streamer. Oh my god, and her name just completely slipped my mind. But it blew up all over my gamer news feed. When that happened. with that competition that she entered for the gaming PC, and then they turned around and tried to tell her, well, we're not going to give it to you because you're not a big enough streamer, and that's not really good for our publicity and marketing. Oh my god. Like, that CEO is special. I'm going to use that word. Is very, very special. I don't remember the name of the company, and God help me, the name of the streamer is completely slipping my mind at the moment, which I really hate. But yes, I checked out her channel. I watched some of her videos. I checked out some of her streams. Like, I like her. I hate that she doesn't play Final Fantasy, because as far as like Twitch streamer goes, like, that's all I'm into, is I'm just like deadlocked in the Final Fantasy 14 character category. But I do like her streams. I like her personality. I like the way she presents herself. She seems very like bluntly honest, and I love that about a person. But yeah, she got royally screwed over with that. She has nearly 20k followers on Twitter now. I know, I was watching like everything, because I started like retroactively looking through some of her posts and stuff, like before this event occurred, and then after it blew up, and she's just like, I woke up and all of a sudden I had 5,000 followers on Twitter, and then just like, not even a day later, it's over 15,000. It's like, oh my god, honey, karma is like coming in tenfold for you. It was amazing. I believe the word you were looking for is dumbass, and there are several other very colorful adjectives that could probably be used for that CEO with the things that he said to her. And even though, like, I was reading through some of the communications and the testimonies that were in the news articles, and I understand where the CEO was coming from in terms of what their goals and accomplishments were expected and were hoping to be from the competition, but they did not take the liberties and the preconception of, you know, if this were to hypothetically happen, you need to have a clause or a statement within your terms and service and rules or whatever for this competition to say, you know, you need to qualify by having, you know, X amount of followers, or, you know, be a channel of this size, or have social media of this caliber. There was nothing like that in the terms of service or the rules and the guides for that competition. So for them to have completely backpedaled on somebody who won fair and square and say, well, we don't want to give it to you because you're not going to give us enough publicity. And it's just like, excuse me? Yeah, that was not okay. Not okay at all. That's my soapbox for the night. I need tea instead of orange soda for this. I need to get on and prep house for Easter, since not a lot of ladies decor. This is so true. There's not a lot of furniture and stuff at the little ladies' day. Even another streamer I watched dropped out because of that stance they took, and I don't blame them. This is the whole reason why I got away from Streamlabs myself. Like, after that whole social media stunt where OBS called out their shit, and it's like, we have asked you not to use our name, and although we can't, you know, chase legal action because it is a open source based software, it's just the plain respect and the courtesy of the manner that you have completely dismissed and ignored. And when they called them out, they literally, like, it's like they went to Microsoft Word, asked for a template that was called corporate apology, changed up the colors a little bit, and then copy paste to Twitter is what they did. That's what it looked and sounded like. Like, there was no genuine sincerity behind it whatsoever. And people lost their shit over that. Like, dudes, come on. That makes you look so bad and like an asshole, and now nobody wants to do business with you. Hydrating the orange soda. So the competition, Jade, I don't know all the details, but I remember saying that there had to be like some mention and like advertisement of this company with their handle in your about section of your Twitch channel or whatever, which she did. She advertised their social media and their link that she got from them and participated in the competition per the guidelines and rules that were posted and won fair and square. Funny thing is, she was advertising for them for 3 months. Ah, so bad. Sweet tea, right? Yes, this is the sweet hot tea. I've got up on my soapbox. Naga needs a drink after this. Celine, please don't reverse this. Which alerts are you using now again? I'm still setting stuff up for my streaming stuff. I am now using Stream Elements, which is simply just streamelements.com. Stream Elements is a lot more complicated and intensive than, oh, speaking of Gintoki turning into an aura over here he is. Wow, is that a pure black aura or dark blue? Okay. But Stream Elements, there are a mess load and a crap ton of like tutorial videos and how-to videos with things inside Stream Elements, so definitely use those to your advantage. It helps so much. Good God, he has a problem. Look, as many people that play the in-game glamour, that is the true in-game of Final Fantasy, how many people have this like Fantasia addiction? It's an epidemic. It really is. Kia Pia, yes, thank you. I could not remember the name to save my life. So, thank you so much for that. As a matter of fact, let's just do. Hey, that's not how you do shout out. Shout out to Kia Pia here. There you go. That's her profile picture. But yeah, she's actually a really good streamer. She does a lot of first person shooters. And it's so funny to watch her when she's like having a conversation with people and she's just talking and she just seems, you know, such a wholesome and very honest, kind of sweet person. And then as soon as she gets into the game and she's like in gamer mode, she just starts cursing like a sailor and it brings me so much joy. I love it. I've only changed my character only 8 times in a near year. Thank you very much. Celine, I have Fantasia'd my character since the beginning of the game twice. Twice in over a decade, I have used a Fantasia potion. The first time I used a Fantasia was to make my skin tone 2 times darker. 2 shades. I literally bumped my skin tone 2 shades down. That was the first and only time I ever used a Fantasia. And then the last and second time that I used one was to change over from a Makote to a Hrothgar. That's the only time I've ever touched a Fantasia potion. Ever. Year anniversary for Final Fantasy XIV is next month, by the way. Good God, time flies so fucking fast. Silver only used her free Fanta to tan herself and fix eye colors. See, Silver did kind of the same thing. I literally used my Fantasia to get a tan. That was it. That's what I used my Fantasia for. Ross might know who she is. He does a lot of first-person shooter stuff. It is possible. Now, of course, you know, me being right there alongside her as a small, still kind of starting off streamer myself, like, I get where she's coming from. She was a small streamer. She didn't have a lot of followers. You know, she was in the 3-digit numbers, which, of course, you know, I myself am working up to just getting up to 500, which, again, my goal thing is still wrong. We are currently sitting at 327, not 267. I don't know how to fix that. Anyways, but yeah, as soon as all of that stuff went down with that computer company and everything that she was doing with them, it just like blew up on the news. It was on the news. It was in media, and journalists were just taking it and just spreading the wildfire, and it brought her so much attention. Like, literally, she went from only having like 100 or so followers on Twitter to over 20,000. She now has like well over, 3,000 followers on Twitch now. Just, she epically exploded. It was so awesome. Now my Aqua on Hyperion. So it's like I may spend $1 or $2 on that one. Oh, I found out I have a sister I didn't know about, and she plays on Lamia. Holy shit, that is awesome! Not only to find out that you have a sister, but also plays on Final Fantasy. That's kind of fucking dope. Just shows that your first build is your favorite. Amen. Amen. She's from Florida. Oh, Florida woman. Yeah, Jay's got her a really, really nice system. Oh my gosh. Yep, half sister. Both her and her husband. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I know when my father got in touch with me and kind of dropped the bombshell that I had a half sister that I never knew about and was actually older than me. I've always been the older sibling. After, you know, my blood sister and my 2 stepbrothers and my baby half brother, like they're all younger than me. I've always been the oldest one. So when I found out, why do I feel like this is on sideways? So when I found out that I actually had a sibling, a half sister that was older than me, it kind of like, wait, what? I have a Oni-chan? And I actually got to meet her. Her name is Heather. She's married. She's got a family of, you know, herself and 2 or 3 kids, I think. I forget. I only met her and her family once before. It was at a family function. You know, I got to talk to her and we kind of got to touch base on like life stories and drama and stuff that we went through. And, you know, I may have told her some of the crazy stuff that went down, like with my dad and my biological mother. It's like, yeah, you know, there was some crazy shit that happened. Like, I know he's trying to turn his life around and get on the right path and do right by people, but you know, that's what it was. That's how it went down. My father was out having an affair while my mom was in the hospital delivering my older sister. You know, men are douchebags. Especially when they're young and stupid. This is true. Ew, that's no bueno. Yeah. And, you know, like, at this point, in my at least in my life, from my perspective, like, the fact that he had a child with another woman that wasn't my mother, you know, that doesn't bother me. That simply does not bother me. Now, as far as like any affairs or anything that was going on behind somebody's back and the deception that was involved, the lying and sneaking around, that's the kind of stuff that's like, you did wrong. You shouldn't have done that and you need to take accountability for it. But I don't know. Where am I trying to go with this? I'm not mad over the fact that I have a half sister. I actually thought it was really interesting and especially kind of illuminating to meet her and get to know her. But at the same time, I think we also had very, very different views of the kind of person that my father was. Because one, she had no contact with him for X amount of years, for God knows how long, and she's older than I am. Whereas I, you know, grew up with the man, and had to live through and go through all the, you know, stress and crazy violent things that happened in my household as a kid. Like, it puts a very different perspective on how you view a person. I'm just saying. But you're the youngest of 7 now, so he wasn't young and stupid. He was just nasty and stupid. Yeah, and some people just, they never learn. In fact, they just double down and go twice as hard, which of course is wrong, ethically and morally. But I don't know. Like, I can understand why people do the things they do. It doesn't mean that I agree with it, or that I condone it, but I do understand where they're coming from and why they do it. Like I can understand the emotion behind it. I can understand why they felt like they had to continue doing it and, you know, go twice as hard because they didn't know how to do any better. Like, I get that. I understand that 100%, especially working in both in mental health services and where I work in kind of a customer service type industry now. Like, I understand a lot why people do the things that they do. Again, does that mean I agree with it or condone it? Nope, not at all. What you did was wrong, and you should take responsibility and accountability for it. But at the same time, I can also say that I understand why you did it. I understand where you're coming from about it, and I'm not mad about it. I'm upset that you may have lied and cheated or stealed or snuck around or whatever it is that you were doing that wasn't right. That upsets me. But if you can sincerely regret what you did and then actually take action to like atone or find some type of form of retribution for it, like that's all I can ask of a person in that case. Or in some cases, you just need to, like, go. I have cut so many people out of my life because they just either can't get on the right path or they just refuse to absolutely try to see the shoe on the other foot. Or see, yeah. Did I say that right? Yeah, or see the shoe on the other foot. Like, they just refuse to take any other perspective into consideration. Oh, Naga fucking same. Her mother was married and supposedly a good friend of my mom's. I have no childhood friends left. Yeah, and that's really sad and disheartening when you kind of find out the true colors of people and the way that they respond and react to things. But at the end of the day, you don't have to go home with them. You don't have to sleep in the same bed with them. You are not intrinsically bonded and tied to that person. And there's absolutely no reason that if they are bringing nothing but negativity in your life, chop it off. There is no anything to keep you attached to that person except yourself. That is the only thing that stands in people's way. There's some fear or some intrinsic, I don't want to say cowardice because that's a very negative word to use, but it is ourselves that there's something that we are afraid of, and it is a decision based on fear that we decide to stay with a person regardless of their negativity. And that hurts us a lot more than it does us any good. And if we can just come to the realization that I don't have to be your friend, I don't have to stay with you. I can easily go out there and I hate to use old cliches, but when people say there's plenty of fish in the sea, there really is. Like, there is so many people out there, especially in a world that is now so much based in telecommunications and you're not like geographically locked to only people within like a zip code or something. It's so easy to find true, genuine people and friends that actually care about the person you are instead of whatever other not so good reason. Childhood friends, those exist? I mean, in some cases, yeah. I actually got a childhood friend. We just recently reconnected. We were friends in high school, and we had a mutual friend who eventually became my boyfriend. My first boyfriend, actually. Because, again, this was, like, all the way back in high school. And, he did me wrong, I was still young, naive, and didn't know a lot about the world. But he lied, he cheated, he stealed, he did the whole 9 yards and everything. And I finally, after giving him several chances to, like, make up for it, I finally just dropped him and said, you know what? If you can't fix yourself, then don't expect me to do it for you. And we're over. We're done. And even though I told most of our friends and even some of the people that started off as his friends first, like, this is what he did, and, this is what he's done to y'all behind your backs, and not to be, like, tattletale Tanya over here or anything, but I think these are things that you need to know. And he ended up losing a lot of friends because of that situation and how he was doing them wrong. But some of those people actually stuck with him, and we, lost contact and weren't able to really be friends anymore because it was kind of an awkward situation trying to be friends with two people who wanted nothing to do with each other. But anywho, long story short, I got back in touch with her, and you know, she actually met up with my mom, is what happened, at a mutual event they were both working at, and they're like, I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from? Like, you're really familiar to me. And when finally one of them said my name, it was like, oh, that's your son. Okay, that's where I know you from. And she was telling my mom that she's always had a high opinion of me and thought I was such a good person. And I was listening to my mother tell me this story of when she was talking to her. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to make me cry. Stop it. But we reconnected. We sent some messages to each other, and she sent me a picture of both her and my mom working together, and it was fun. I really enjoyed talking to her and reconnecting. I met my first boyfriend by breaking his nose. Wow. That definitely had to be one of those, like, you're just, when you're meeting friends and getting to know people and they ask that question, so how did you guys meet? Like, both of y'all just sitting on the edge, just like, let me tell you, this bitch right here fucking broke my nose. Yeah. That's a great story. Truly is. I don't know, like, the story of how me and my boyfriend, Rafe, how we met. I'm gonna change our game to just chatting since we ended raid early tonight. My goodness, it's 9/11, y'all. The time, not the date. Here we go, just chatting. But the story of how me and my boyfriend met was, uh-oh, hang on, Autobot did something. Autobot said whore is a bad word, but that's okay, we're rated M for mature. Though when we broke up, it was on purpose, called my sister a fat whore. Oh my god! Have you seen the TikTok video? And I wish I knew the lady's name, but she's blonde hair, always speaks in like a Russian accent with most of the characters she portrays on her TikTok videos. But have you seen the TikTok video of where she's like role-playing herself and her siblings about how they're picking, one brother's picking on his little sister and just calling her all sorts of names, and his friend is just like laughing about it and carrying on with him. But when his friend tries to turn around and said, yeah, you look like a stupid idiot, the brother does like a full 180 and he's like, excuse me, what? What did you just call my sister? And he's like, no, it was because you were just, you called her. And he's like, no. First of all, she is cute, she is smart, she is beautiful, and you need to get out of this house right now. But dude, you just get out! It's like, yes, that is exactly how siblings work. And then the little sister comes back on screen and she's like, thank you. And he's just like, get out. I hate you. It's like, what the fuck, dude? We are the only ones allowed to pick on our siblings. Anybody else does it, game on. Here comes Mama Bear. Yeah, that's a level of familiarity and comfortability that isn't shared too easily either. It is. It really is. Like, my sister, God bless her soul, I loved her to death, absolutely, especially with everything and the situations that we grew up in. But, you know, I would call her bitch and whore all the time. You know, not that she was actually making a profit or anything, but hey, she liked to get around. I'm just saying, you know, all the more power to her. I even supported it. Shit, as long as you being safe, honey, have some fun. I don't care. But I'd be damned if I heard somebody else say it. Oh, buddy. Even her girlfriends, I'd be like, don't call her that, honey. No, ma'am. That's not okay. And this is just your first warning, okay? No, I am eating a sub from Subway. I'm eating words are hard. I'm eating a Italian BMT on Italian urban cheese, and it has a lot of shit on it. Toasted pepper jack cheese, lettuce, tomato, green peppers, red onions, banana peppers. I feel like I'm missing something. I didn't do cucumbers this time, so never mind. Sweet onion sauce, red wine vinegar, mayonnaise, mustard, and salt and pepper. It is my favorite. It is my favorite. Like, that is my go-to sandwich from Subway. I don't think Naka has the pizza emote. Sir? What? Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, hold up. I pushed buttons and things did not happen like they were. Eat that pizza! It's good. I love how you nom on the pizza, but yet there's no chunk taken out of it after you bite into it. And we're gonna do that again. Watch the pizza slice. Oh wait, maybe I lied. I thought the tip was still on it. There was such a small bite though. What the hell? I have this huge freaking fat cat mouth. It's magic pizza. It is magic pizza. I actually almost did order a pizza tonight. But you know, because I was doing the pizza goal from before and there was only like $10 that oh shit. And there was only $10 that was donated previously into that fund. It's like I only got $10 in my pizza account right now. That's not going to get me a pizza. At least not with delivery. Naka nomming just the tip. Oh my god, Drake. You have a pizza account? Do you mean like I can go to Domino's.com and sign into my account for my pizza pie points? Yes, I do. But I don't have enough points saved up for a free pizza. Not yet. Haven't been ordering enough pizza for that. Funny thing is, Naga, I'm a pizza delivery driver again. Oh. Should I say that's awesome or I'm sorry? It all depends on your opinion. I gotta get in the mindset of running dungeons for Gunbreaker and Dancer. 89 accommodations until 1500. Well, I mean, if you kind of focus on the Gunbreaker as a tank, that's a really good way to get some accommodations. Just saying. I love that how after I just said just saying, the lyrics in the song was like, you know what I'm saying? Please tell me I'm not the only one that heard that. I'm DMing a game of D&D. And for the first time in years, everyone wished Gin the best of luck because I'm murdering his tune. Oh my god. Torture him first. Drake! Oh my god! 905 more comments to go. Oh my gosh, Celine, no. Another friend and my boyfriend too, murdering all of their tunes. Oh my Jesus. Oh my goodness. What is that? What just happened? This menu just appeared on my screen. Oh my lord. What is that number? Lord, that's 5 digits. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, Mr. 2.0 beta. And now I understand how Carito feels from Sword Art Online. Nobody likes a beta player. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Get it though, he's a beater. He is. I did not say your name, Alexa. Excuse me. Yeah, Jade, but in your own defense, I don't think you were as addicted to the game as I was. Because we can also sit here and talk about my playtime. That's not how you spell playtime. I'm having a chicken peck my keyboard. 1,030 days, 10 hours, and 47 minutes. Let that sink in. I'm getting up there towards 3 years of online game time. Which means over the course of the past decade, I have spent the course of about 20% of my life %. I know numerically that doesn't sound like a lot, but that is like 1/5 of 100%. Which means that I have spent a fifth of my life over the past decade and more on Final Fantasy. A fifth of my life. Tell me I'm not addicted. Oh, I know. We had to wait over 10 years from start to finish of this game since it went into production. We've had to wait 10 years for just one season. This is like the end of the first story arc of A Realm Reborn. Not counting 1.0, but like 1.0 doesn't count. Sorry for the noise. We spent 10 years on just one story arc. We have a new, starting in April, it's coming next month, the middle of next month. We're already almost like halfway through March already. It's the 9th of the month, okay? In the middle of April, we're getting the first patch to give us insight to the new story arc for the next 10 years. 1.0 is just the prologue. It really is. It really, really is. 1.0 is just everything before the Dalaman Moon came down. And Bahamut destroyed everything. It's prior to the Calamity. And Jade, that's all good. I'll be sharing the story. And of course, you know, they always document and do everything on YouTube, for example. If you just end up like getting a wild hair of curiosity to see where the game is heading into. But yeah, starting a completely new story arc. Ross will keep me informed. Yeah, that's one way you'll definitely hear about it. Still shorter than Kingdom Hearts Xeno or Z. Wait, what? Xehanort? I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and that's as far as I got. I didn't play anything in between. No Chain of Memories. No handheld games. I played 1 and 2. That was it. We're getting married next year, so you are coming. Jade, I'm gonna have to like start as expensive as travel is getting right now, because holy shit. If you look at my donation goal, I am trying to raise $1,200 for TwitchCon. Half of that cost, 50% of that goal, like $600 give or take, is just for the travel. Just the travel. I'm not talking about like first class or anything like that. Just the plane ticket alone is like $500 and some odd dollars. And that was shopping around, trying to find the cheapest one for a round trip to get to LA and back. Over $500. Well, Jade, your marriage isn't until next year. I'm talking about this year. This year, I'm trying to go to TwitchCon. So what I was implying is I'm going to have to do like another fundraiser just to be able to travel out there. Although I highly doubt it's going to be near as expensive as me trying to get a plane ticket to LA. It just blew my fucking mind. I know gas prices are like skyrocketing to over $4 to $5 a gallon right now. But wow. Almost $600 to fly from North Carolina to LA. Wow. And I've never been on a plane, first and foremost. I want to throw that out there. I have no idea what it is like to be on a plane. Yes, round trip. I'm going to have to literally do some research and be like, okay, like, with all my medical stuff, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to do a carry-on. And, like, what type of processes or certifications do I have to go through to be like, you know, yes, I do have liquid vials that have insulin in them, which is required to be a life-saving medication for me. So, like, what do I need to have everything in order to get through just, like, TSA to get on the plane? And then for, like, just my generic luggage, which would probably just have, like, clothes and stuff in it, like, do I need to have, like, a calling card on it and probably a lock of some sorts? Like, I don't know. Like, I've never been on a plane before. I've rarely ever been on a bus. I've never been on a train outside of the metro station in DC. Like, I use a car. Everywhere I've ever been, I've driven. $600 isn't bad. $600 is like 2 months worth of medication for me. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh my god, $600 just for a plane ticket? What? The amount of stuff that I could do with $600 other than just getting a single solitary admission onto a plane. Both medical wise and bill wise. I'm just like, y'all, I don't make a lot of money. And what money I do make all goes into medical expenses. It really, honest to God, does. Like, not to turn this into a pity party or anything like that, but I'm like semi-disabled. I cannot work a full-time, like 8-hour day like a regular person, so I have to make up hours in any other way that I can. I require so many accommodations, have to apply to so many patient assistant programs. It's redonkulous what I have to do just to get by. If you want to go to West Coast, it'll cost me around $700. See, like, that is absolutely crazy to me. You just need a medical thing from your doctor? Oh, so basically just, like, literally, I need a doctor's note type thing? Yeah, we're around $3.79, $3.90 right now for my gas. Yeah, it's above $4 in the city right now here. I'm disabled too, but more so because I'm crazy. Hey, look, mental health is just as bad as anything like a physiological. So, as much as, you know, some old farts up in Parliament wants to say otherwise, that is not the case. But yeah, I've never been no further west, because of course I'm on the East Coast, but I've never been any further west than Oklahoma, I think. Because I drove to Kentucky for a wedding, and it was like right on the border of Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, because we kind of bounce back and forth over the state line. You guys have mental health facilities? Yeah, one of the like good side of corporate healthcare is, you know, because they steal so much money from their patients and make us pay so much, they have money to burn on like state of the art and high class medical facilities of all kinds and all shapes and sizes. So you know, by earning the buck off the poor man in a lot of cases, they're able to get all this fancy high dollar stuff. But at the same time, you know, when you have an emergency or you need to get medication that would make your life so significantly better and more easier to deal with, you know, of course they're going to ask you like $1,500 for a 30-day supply. It's just like, oh, what? You want more than my rent for this medication? Excuse me? But it's the same thing with mental health institutions as well. Regardless of what kind of institution you go to, if you don't already have like an insurance plan that covers for that type of treatment, then you're going to be paying wazoo out, you know, the ass to go into or check yourself in. It's kind of ridiculous. After gas and tolls, it feels like $700 to drive myself South Carolina to Philly. Ooh, I bet. I bet. Oh, I hate tolls. I hate tolls so much. Nebraska. Moving back to Oklahoma at the end of the month. They're literally non-existent here. Well, I'm in Northern California at the moment, but moving back to Oklahoma, expensive does not mean better. This is very true. There's a lot of cases where you may end up paying a lot more for like a specialist or something and then feel like you get nothing accomplished. I'm lucky I'm going with PP and have a discount size 8. Did I read that right? My insulin for 1 month is 177. My hormones are 700. Yeah, the insulin that I use is definitely a lot more expensive than that. We're talking about like 3 times that amount. But I definitely feel you with the hormones because there is a enzyme pill that I need to take, which is the $1,500 that I mentioned earlier. $1,500 for just a little over a month's worth supply of those pills. $1,500. What? Blew my fucking mind. Yeah, and sometimes the insurance is not even, really that beneficial. Like, if you have a deductible that has to be met before they do or cover anything, which is my case situation, then everything has to be out of pocket before, they cover. And it's just like, I'm sorry. For me to pay $1,500 for medication is going to be like 6 months of my life to save up. Okay, thanks. Not gonna happen. Still getting tolls from your August trip? Oh my god. My hormones cost me about $80 for a 3-month supply, but they're pills. Maryland toll, Philly payment address, Texas return address. Oh gosh. TB equals Planned Parenthood. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not used to that terminology, or acronym. That's why I was like, PP? The only thing that came to mind at first was payment plan. Don't even know if Planned Parenthood would even help with me being transgendered. And that's a whole nother soapbox on its own. There are some places that are very welcoming and open and supportive and willing to help in any way, fashion, or form that they can. But it all depends on the office administration. Because there are places that try to literally bait and switch you and say that it's not okay to be transgendered or to find you help to not be transgendered. And it's just one of those situations. It's like, that is not what I came here for. And it's bullshit. It really is. They don't realize how much damage they cause, even though for some reason in their head they think that they're helping. And it's like, I'm sorry, excuse me for a moment, but are you the transgendered person? No? Then what in your right mind makes you think that you have any fathomed idea or understanding of what it is that I need and what I'm trying to achieve? Please tell me. Please enlighten me. You can't. Oh, did I convert it already? I was not paying attention. The primed grade 3 wheel of confrontation is removed from wheel cell 6. Displaced in wheel cell 6. Is ready for activation. Okay, I did use it. Sorry, I was trying to multitask and do something in the game. I'm surprised how much my siblings are trying to really be supportive about all this, using my preferred name and pronoun, etc. Like, I was actually kind of having this conversation with my mother not too terribly long ago, because I called her when I was on my way back home. It's like, hey, this is a 45-minute drive, perfect time to call somebody. And we were talking about one of my kind of like extended family members, a great aunt to be precise. But we were talking about how even though the majority of that side of the family is very like right side political wing, she's always been very, I don't even want to say liberal. The word that I want to use here is just very understanding and very humanitarian. And to give a prime example of what I mean is my fraternal grandmother has always, she's loved me. There's no question or doubt about that. She has always loved me and always cared about me. But especially when it comes to me, identifying as a homosexual, it's always been one of those where we don't talk about it. We sweep it under the rug. We turn the other cheek. We just ignore it. We know it's there, but we want to pretend that it's not type situation. So X amount of years ago, when I was still working at McDonald's as a manager, her and my great aunt both came in. They were out in the city for whatever reason. And somehow we got on the conversation of my life and what I was up to and who I was seeing. And I started talking about, the boy, the guy that I was dating at the time. And I told him we were getting kind of serious and I was really happy in the relationship. And my grandmother, my fraternal grandmother at the time, was just, literally turning her head away and looking out the window. Like she was just completely ignoring that part of the conversation. And you could kind of hear her just kind of harumph in her chair. Like almost disrespectfully even. And of course, I'm just shrugging it off my shoulder, pretending like it doesn't bother me. My great aunt, she noticed this. She realized that either my expression on my face changed or something in my body language gave it away, that it just hurt me. That it just didn't sit well with me with the way that she was acting and responding. So she stopped the conversation and she grabbed me by the hand and she looked at me and she said, "Are you happy?" And it caught me off guard. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, in your relationship, in your situation, are you happy? And it's like, yes, I am. I'm living my life and loving who I want to love, and so I'm happy. And she said, "That's all that matters, and I still love you." And I was about to fucking cry right there on the spot. Like this is from the side of the family that was very, very like you said, Jade, Southern Republican. And it just caught me so off guard that regardless of her own personal political views, the only thing she cared about was whether or not I was happy. That's just, anyone got a tissue box? I know. I was so unprepared for that moment in time. And I was rehashing this story with my mother because even my mother herself said, your great aunt has always cared about us. She has always defended us. And hasn't tried to like shove ideas down our throats. Does she have her own thoughts and opinions? Yes. Does she have her own personal political beliefs and views? Yes, she does. And I can guarantee you that they definitely don't probably always align with, mine or my mother's point of views. But she has always cared about us as people and as family, regardless. And it was just one of those where I have always, especially on that side of the family, held her in such high regard and high respect because of that one single solitary moment of where she asked me if I was happy and told me that was all that mattered, regardless of what the reason was. It's just, I love you. You're gonna make me cry, you ass. It is definitely one of those just extremely heartfelt moments that, people can surprise you. They really can. And especially considering that she was, on the fraternal side of my family and how, very much right wing and like you said, Southern Republican, always, anything that they don't agree with or don't have the same political beliefs in, it gets swept under the rug and they don't want to talk about it. It's one of those things where it's there, but we're going to pretend that it's not. She didn't care. Shares his tissue box with Jade. Hey, Kung Pao. My biological father found out I'm trans and he called me up to yell at me and to rant about how this makes him look and feel. And that is another thing that drives me so fucking infurious. Like, how can you be so selfish that you are more worried about your own standing, your own reputation, and what other people think of you instead of how the person that you are now saying this to, how that makes them feel? Can you not comprehend how much of a asshole that makes you look to be? Are you so enclosed in your little bubble world, in your perfect state of mind, where you just refuse to look at anything from an alternative perspective, that you cannot look from outside the box, and that the only right opinion is your opinion? I am so sorry to stick that needle in that perfect little bowl of yours that you have attempted to create, but that is not how the world operates, boo-boo. No, that's not how it works. Can I kill him? Yes, please, please. I mean, no, killing is bad. Murder is not okay and will have severe repercussions. Yeah, that's illegal. Let's not please conduct any illegal activities. But there are definitely plenty of ways to ruin somebody's life 150% legally. Just throwing that out there. Then he got pissed because I told him my dad has been dead for years and to not contact me again. My dad's stepdad died years ago, kidney failure. Parkinson's disease or something now, the biofather does. And, I get that. My biological father, I say this carefully. Is my father a bad person? No. I don't believe that any person is like innately or intrinsically bad. But I do believe people are extremely misguided and are too driven by fear that makes them make bad decisions. And I believe that for all of humanity. Like, I honest to God don't believe that anybody is, like, just innately and naturally bad. Because, the world is not good versus evil. Everything is not black and white. Everything is a mesh of gray, and it's a more so just an understanding of, actions and the consequences that come with. So, when I say that, do I believe that my father's a bad person? No. Do I feel that he is attempting to be a better person, especially after everything I saw him do as a child? Yes, I do. However, I do believe that his motivations and his methods to reach the end result is extremely misguided and don't always come from a place of positivity. Meaning that I think some of the decisions and the things that he does is driven from a place of fear. Much like how, Jade, when you said that your father called you just to fuss you out because of his reputation and his image, that comes from a place of fear. He was so afraid of how that would affect him and so afraid of what other people would think of him just because his child was trans. That comes from a place of fear, and any decision or action that you take because of fear is always going to be a bad one. And don't confuse fear with caution. Caution and fear are two completely different things. You know, caution to reduce risk, totally understandable and within reason. But a decision based on fear, just pure and solely fear, which may be ethically or morally wrong, is just a bad decision, period. And so many people do that on the regular that they don't even recognize when they do it. It's just becomes so much of a habit and eventually just becomes so wired into them that it doesn't even, like, that self-awareness for it doesn't exist. Though people are more curious about my boyfriend's sexuality, my stepmother is a piece of work too. Day of my mom's funeral, she told us that we could start calling her mom. Ooh, that was definitely not the right thing to say. My siblings and I told her to take a flying leap right over a cliff. And you know, it, like, probably in her head, she was thinking, you know, oh my gosh, they have nobody to call mom now, and you know that's gonna extremely just be bad for them and be hurtful. So you know what? If they have nobody to call mom, I'll offer myself up to fill in that void, to try to be some place of comfort. That may have been the line of thought going through her head, but what should have also have happened is, you know, the question should have been presented as that line of thinking was occurring is, you know, how will they perceive that? How would they take that? If I put myself in their shoes and I go up to them and say, you know, X, Y, and Z, how would they take that? And I can guarantee you that thought process did not cross her mind at all. No, I'm not defending her. I'm just explaining humanity in general because people do this all the time. They you know how they always say that the road to hell is paved with good intentions? They honest to God really are. Like, people are really and truly think that they're doing good or think that they're doing something right in their headspace. In their head, they think they are, but they fail to look at it from other perspectives. They only see their perspective, and it's like they have blinders on when this happens, and they don't see all the other potential ways that something can be perceived. And that's one of our biggest failures as just people in general, that we just refuse to take those blinders off or don't even realize that they're there. So when we fail to acknowledge how something could be perceived or percepted in a different way or manner, it blindsides us, literally. So, you know, she probably got upset and or defensive, you know, saying that she could take a flying leap. Instead, when she should have realized, oh gosh, I hurt their feelings, this was something I should not have said. And any decent person would be like, oh my God, I am so sorry. I didn't realize what I was saying. I shouldn't have done that. But I can almost guarantee that is not what took place. And that's where people fuck up. Like, even when people do realize they screwed up or they did something that they shouldn't have to, like, apologize. Just apologize. Even if somewhere in our dark little twisted souls and our hearts that we feel like it is not genuine and that we should not be apologizing, do it anyways. Just fucking apologize. For some people, it may just be words, but they don't realize how much of a difference that can really make. Just, you need to realize that you're apologizing, that even though you may have been well-intentioned, that it was not received that way. And you need to apologize for that. And be like, that is not what I meant, or I didn't realize how that came across, or what I just said. I'm so sorry. Please let me take that back. Yes, this really is therapy hour. I've had a similar conversation like this with somebody, like one-on-one, and it's like, after the conversation was done and we wrapped everything up, it's like, I need to go apply for my therapy license now, because I think I can seriously do this for a living. But I don't know. I need to write a book. Like, this is how you need to interact with people. This is how you get along with people. This is how we make our way to the Star Trek day and age. Just to understand each other and to understand where we come from. If you could, like, get this mentality in your head that people just really truly want to be good, and they try to be good, but because they're not the only people with fear. People have fears everywhere, and they come from every direction. So even when somebody does say something that did not come across right, or it sounded really disrespectful, but they meant it with well intentions, like, then you've also got to worry about the fears of the person on the receiving end, who is going to get upset and defensive and emotional, and it's going to be really bad. And, like, it's just this vicious circle that just escalates back and forth, because when that person gets defensive, then the person that was on the outgoing side then gets defensive, and it just turns into this whole bad situation that is not good for anybody. Just, I don't know. Me personally, I feel like I had to grow up so fast and become emotionally mature, or emotional maturity got shoved down my throat because of the situation that I grew up in. So I feel like I am probably 50 years ahead of my time when it comes to emotional maturity, and just having that, like, empathetic awareness of other people, that I'm able to, like, recognize this and understand this and talk about this. I just saw the hydrate. Did I redeem that already? I don't even know. I'm still thirsty. Let me catch up on like all of chat here, because I know some messages I kind of ended up skimming over. Most of my family knows I'm trans. I've been out for 9 years. Ever wonder why there's a stairway to heaven but a highway to hell? That's the saying. But I refuse to go to my mother's side of the family for family reunions, since I'm also a witch. Yeah, that could also, I know where you're coming from on that one. I'm agnostic. Jade, honestly, that's the word I like to use too. I consider myself an observer and respectful of all religions, but have I, like, chosen specifically one of them and settled on one? No. I mean, some of them have a lot of similarities, if not, like, parallel similarities. A lot of them tend to have differences between each other, and without definitive evidence to say which one is right or wrong, other than just the beliefs of the people that practice that religion, then who am I to say which one is the correct one to follow, or any of them at all? I have no tangible evidence to say if I should be one way or the other. So I would much rather take a scientific observation point of view from it and just observe it and be respectful of it. I believe something is out there, but not a god. Something is a key word there. Welcome to Naka's Therapy Hour. This is why I love chatting with Naka. It's great for intelligent chatting, which I rarely get. I can definitely get on some philosophical shit, that is for sure. Honestly, being around friends, friendly spaces can do wonders for mental health sometimes, even if it lasts for a while. Fucking this, yes. Like the FCM I'm part of are mostly trans, and they're pretty much my soul family, and not gonna lie. It is nice to find people in similar situations, that is for sure. That, while no matter how long, can extend itself when you least expect it. Oh, like that mental health awareness. Hey, hon. Hey, Proxy. I rarely talk to anyone except my boyfriend. I'm not active in Final Fantasy anymore. I don't know many other trans people. Even my best friend still calls me he half the time. Oh no. I use best friend sarcastically. Okay, I was about to say, if this is like an actual best friend, I was about to say, hopefully they're like apologizing and trying to correct themselves. Because, you know, I've caught myself in situations like that before, you know, using an assumed pronoun instead of the preferred. And it's like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I meant to say she or he or whatever the preferred was. People need to realize we didn't mature early. We had trauma. This is true. This is true. Which, you know, is probably another soapbox that I could get onto. Like, people, I don't wish bad things on people. You know, trauma and childhood tragedies, or just tragedy in general, is not a fun thing to go through, period. But I feel like a lot of very important life lessons and a very emotionally stable and mature way to develop does not come along without trauma. Like, there is no way for you to have that experience and that wisdom without living through it. If you go your entire life without any of that, like, traumatic experiences, then honestly, trivial stuff is going to be your trauma, because you honestly haven't lived through anything worse than that, and you don't know better. Does that make you a bad person? No. That just means that you're less experienced and a little less self-aware, simply because you've never been in that situation. You didn't hydrate? Okay. Well, glad I recognized that earlier and hydrated anyways. I'm still catching up on chat, y'all. I'm sorry. I live in constant fear of upsetting people. I crumble and rather shut up and hide. I'm weird and broken. I always check with people, though. Just giving people time to say their mind and clarify things, it means a lot to people. Yes. And that's another thing I try to drive so hard. Like, if you're not sure, ask. If people are just genuine and honest, there should be no reason why you cannot ask. Otherwise you're not going to know. And simply not knowing and being fearful of an answer by itself, just that concept with no outside variables outside of that, but just the plain and simple fact of not knowing, is just a breeding place for manifestation of assumed negativity. And what's the other word I'm looking for? And jumping to conclusions. Like, you're automatically gonna just default, and this is just how we're wired as humans, we're automatically just gonna default to the worst case scenario in our heads when we don't know. We want to, you know, feel like when somebody, for example, you know, the Southern bless your heart, with no context, you're kind of left with the question of, did this person just diss me? Or were they trying to sympathize with me? And because the fact that the simple question is asked, you automatically kind of want to default to, they just fucking dissed me, didn't they? They just fucking dissed me and insulted me. Yeah, no. If you don't ask, you're just gonna kind of naturally default to the negative, and it's just a spiraling circle of negativity from that point forward. You got to communicate. Communication is not only good in, like, relationships and, you know, with partnerships or whatever, but just with friends and family and acquaintances and coworkers, communication is so important in all aspects of life. Let me catch back up here. Oh, Naga, I got my Idealize Gunbreaker gear done. As a side note, when you say Idealize, are you talking about the relic gear from Memoria? I'll catch up with your answer here shortly. No worries, just how I've grown through life. Foxy, I stopped trying not to offend people a long time ago. No, she's not trying. No, my bestie has been there since the start and has been so supportive of me. She calls out people who misgender me when I'm not here. That's also a huge help. Having somebody to kind of help people realize it's like, no, they're not a he. They're a she. My very conservative brother calls people out for using the wrong pronoun for me. Awesome. I do that, but I get so scared. It's ruined important things to me. I lost the closest people in my life to overventing because I trusted them to understand. Still not okay. I call myself worse for it. Trust is so finite. Thanks, Twitch, for ruining that sentence. Oh no. But no, that's actually a very good point. There was a situation where someone close to me had been diagnosed as HIV positive, and you know it terrified them, not just for being diagnosed with HIV, but because of letting friends and family know about it, especially with all the negativity that used to revolve around HIV, especially in the 80s and the 90s, and how little education even to this day there still is about it, even though it's so easily treatable. But there were a lot of friends and acquaintances that this person ended up losing just because people learned that they were HIV positive. They didn't ask questions. They didn't even, like, how are you feeling, or are you okay? Are you getting treatment? They didn't ask anything. They just were like, okay, well, I don't want anything left to do with you anymore. And does that suck? Yes. That is a very kind of a shitty thing for somebody to do. But at the same time, it also really helps to clean house. And when I say clean house, that just goes to show that these are people that care more about their image and their, very wrong and limited knowledge about what the disease is. Instead of actually caring about you. If they truly do care about you, then you don't have to worry about them, shrugging you off for any type of orientation or condition, or like even if we go to talk about mental health, and or your identification, if they care about you as a person, then that information does not matter. So if you have lost friends or if you have lost family because of your identification or your orientation, or because of a condition or whatnot, then count yourself lucky, because you just helped weed out somebody that probably truly and honestly did not care about you. Just saying. Oh, I heard Final Fantasy trying to kick me out of the game. Okay, catch back up on chat again. Da, 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 da. Where was I? I've been people just by opening been there. Bless your heart, Naka. Imposter syndrome spreads into everything with many people too. Imposter syndrome? I get that after coming off a depressive episode. Also bipolar. Sorry for being dumb. I'll shut up. No, you're not being dumb at all. Like these are very actual real life situations. Just found out this past year that I'm bipolar, and it's explained so much about my actions and thoughts over the years. Naka, you should look up the story of the Graveyard Angel. Oh? When you find out about something about yourself, it's very freeing but hard. I hope it was okay to learn. It gives me answers, and it does give an explanation for so many things. Oh, dear God, yes. Yes. Like, when you can actually put a name, a definition, and a description to something that you have had no way of explaining or identifying throughout life, oh my God, does it help. Now, this is not exactly in the same ballpark, but I did kind of have a little bit of a similar realization when I was diagnosed with yet another medical condition recently. But I had to go to a specialist doctor. They sent me to a GI doctor, actually. I'm going to, since we've been chatting, I want to change up the music here. But I went to a GI doctor, and after they did all the testing and everything that they wanted to go through, they found out that I did have a enzyme problem. It's actually because of my pancreas. It's not producing an enzyme to help me break down and digest carbohydrates. That by itself explained so much for me. For so long and so many years, I have had trouble. I hear music. Why do I hear music? Oh. I was like, that's not coming from my soundtrack. That was Final Fantasy logging me out. Sorry, distraction. But yeah, so many years I've had problems trying to control my blood sugars and making sure that I can try to keep myself in between the lines and keep my diabetes regulated. And it felt like no matter what I did, or no matter how many steps I took, or how much micromanaging I did to try to take care of myself and my body, that I couldn't keep it under control. I would just constantly be on these ups and downs and roller coasters all the time. And it's just like, am I not doing the math right? Am I not eating the proper amount of carbohydrates? Am I eating the wrong kind of carbohydrates? Am I, just not counting stuff right? Like, I can't find out what the problem is. And the doctors thought I was just being lazy, or, a typical just nonchalant young guy that didn't care enough about his health. It's like, no, you don't understand. I am definitely one of the most meticulous people when it comes to my health and well-being. What I don't understand is, with all the work that I'm doing, why I'm not getting results. This digestive problem that I have and have had for so long won't let me digest carbohydrates correctly. When this was told to me and it was described to me, it's just like light bulb after light bulb started going off in my head. And it's like, oh my God, that's why my blood sugars are always all over the place, because it's stuck in my intestines and is not getting digested until it's already like 12 hours later down the digestive tract. And all of a sudden, my blood sugar decides to skyrocket out of the blue, and I didn't eat anything yet that day. Now it all makes sense. It's just, oh my God. Just that small realization, and finally realizing why I've had so much stress and trouble and issues for so long because of this condition that I didn't even know about. Oh my God. The relief and amount of weight that came off my shoulders was crazy amount. But yet at the same time, the medication to treat my condition is the same medication that I was saying it costs $1,500 for a little over 30 days supply. So I'm kind of stuck with it being untreated for the time being, but at least I know why. At least I know why now. Okay, catching up with chat again. Gives me answers, explanation. It was hard, but once I fully accepted, it was freeing. The Graveyard Angel is the story of a woman who cared for end-of-life AIDS patients back in the 80s when their families refused to have anything to do with them. I think I've actually heard of this story before. That sounds really familiar. Imposter syndrome is where you don't feel you are a thing or worthy of something you earned. Trans people get it often. I'm not trans, I'm intersex, so I get it due to choices not being mine, but it causes people to panic and sometimes not trust others telling you things. Like, if you are told you're doing okay in something, you might see it as you not being worthy or as you not who people see. Oh, yes, I am actually very familiar with that. Wall of text, no, don't apologize for that. I like the fact that it's very full of context and description. But yes, I can actually personally relate to that. I don't want to necessarily call it a mask because I have been better about integrating it into my like actual interpersonal being. But my talkativeness, did I say that right? My talkativeness, and my outgoing personality and wanting to learn more about people and my interest in people, and my personality that I outwardly put out to other people, all of that has been learned. It's not something that I naturally developed from my personality. I am very much naturally a introvert. I prefer my quiet time. I have to recharge my social batteries by having alone time, not the other way around. And there are a lot of things that I am very nervous and shy about, but I have, in experience and over time, learned to push myself past that point. And what's the word I want to use here? In the words of Shia LaBeouf, I just do it. Like, kind of how Yoda says, you know, there is no try, there is do, do or do not. I just do it. Is it something that is easy for me to do? Not all the time. Um, or actually, no, I shouldn't say not all the time. It's no, it is not easy for me to do, but it has been something that I have now been able to do for so long that I've gotten used to it. You know how they say, you know, anything you do for a couple of weeks or more, it eventually starts to become habit. It's true. With practice also comes perfect. So the more you do it and the more you just push yourself past that point, the easier it is to find yourself to do it on the regular. And that's how I do business. All day during my day job, when I stream, when I interact with other people, that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing myself past my comfort zone, and getting past the fact that I don't give myself enough appreciation. You know, when somebody tells me that I'm a good person or that I did a good job or some task that I completed was done with flying colors, it's like, you know, I kind of take it with internally, I take it with a grain of salt and it's like, thanks. I mean, I feel like I didn't do that great and that I was nervous about the whole thing the entire time. So I thought what I did was like mediocre at best. But, you know, if you say so, okay, I guess I'll go along with it. That's what's happening inside my head when something like that happens. But the words that are coming out of my mouth at the time is thank you. Yes, I had put a lot of effort and a lot of time into that, and I definitely wanted to make sure that there was passion in it and that I did do a good job. So yes, thank you, appreciate it. I really do thank you for that sentiment. What's going on in here is not always what's coming out of my mouth, but that's how I've trained myself to become a better person. Because the more you end up saying it and actually just putting the words out there, the more it eventually over time starts to kind of just work its way inwardly too. It's hard though. Again, I am going to say that till the cows come home. Doing that and trying to train yourself in that life mentality is extremely difficult. Takes a lot of persistence and a lot of pushing. All right, catching up on chat again. Like when you finish a depressive episode and you feel like you are fake because you look back at when you were depressed and you're like, who lays in bed for 3 days for no reason? Obviously not a normal person. Yeah, and that's a vicious circle to get into. I'm not sure how well it actually is as a representer of AIDS, but has anyone seen Paper Hearts? I think that's the one. It has Jim Parsons in it. Paper Hearts. Paper Hearts. I don't think I've heard of Paper Hearts. Jesus, Medicare, U.S. Medicare scares me. Japan Medi isn't great, but it is better. Honestly, healthcare in the United States is definitely underdeveloped and definitely not as good as other places. Yeah, do they have a lot of money circulating in the healthcare system? Yeah, they do, because it's paid off the back of other people. My bitchy persona isn't me at all, really. It's the persona I let people see to keep people away. Obviously, it doesn't work with certain people. Glares at Naka. Yeah, because I know what's actually behind that persona. It caused me a lot of problems, though. Weird question, but is there such a word as introverts? Like, sometimes you recharge as an extro would, but other times you recharge like intros would. And yeah, there is such a thing as a mix version of that. Like, do I enjoy time with people? Do I like going to parties and, you know, visiting nightclubs and being in large groups of people? Yes. Do I enjoy it? Very much so. Is it something that I would do for a very long, extended period of time? Could I? Yes. Would I want to? Probably not, because eventually it's going to start to tire me out, to be quite honest. I mean, I'll still like try to wear the face of an extrovert and be there and be the people person if I have to be. And you know, of course, I'm a Leo, so in some regards, I like to be in the limelight. But in small doses. Like eventually it's gonna tire me out, and like I just want to go home and lay in my bed and cuddle with somebody. Like large crowds, short doses, please. I don't know, but I'm sure there should be if there isn't. I'm more of an introvert extrovert. I'll have no issues going out if I'm well. It's a sliding scale with being introvert and extrovert, just as much as a lot of other things are on a spectrum. As a matter of fact, when it comes to personalities and the types of people there are, they do it in a two-dimensional graphing plot. Where you have your X and Y axis, and there's 4 different primary sections. 99% of the time, there is nobody that is like 100% one section only. And they're color coded. Like there's the yellow sanguine, the red, I forget the names. The red business go getter, the blue melancholy, and the green starts with a P. But I forgot what it actually was. Lethargist is going to be the word I use right now. But anyways, when it comes to the colors, the yellow represents like pure extrovert. Yellow are extremely bubbly, very outgoing, love to be around people 24/7, get upset when they're alone, get very lonely very quickly, don't like doing menial tasks or focusing too much on menial details, and they're a people pleaser. That's the entire yellow section. Just big, bright, sunshiny day person. The red is more so like your executive. Sometimes they can be easy to temper. They're very results driven. They are just always on the go after their next ambition. Ambition is like their driving emotion for everything. And that's the entire red section. With the blue section, that is your pure introvert. Very analytical, very quiet, likes to stay to themselves, would rather have their nose in a book than be at a party. That's your whole entire melancholy section. And then for the phlegmatus, I think that's the word I was looking for, phlegmatus, if I'm saying that right, they are more so your pothead. It would probably be the closest word I can think of at the moment. But they're extremely relaxed, go with the flow. You know, why stand when you can sit? Why sit when you can lay down? Just very lethargic and nonchalant and lazy in some terms. That's the green section. So those are your 4 different personality types and the 4 different people that you come across. And whenever somebody tries to plot where they are on that chart, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be closer to the center neutral zone, where they're a little bit of a mix of different areas, instead of just being on the far outlying zones, where they're either just a pure melancholy or a pure go-getter or a pure sanguine. Like, those people are non-existent almost. So everybody is like somewhere on that chart, if not closer in the middle than they are on the outside. Okay, catching up on chat again. The hardest part of being yourself is there is you and how you act. Some people find it easy. I used to be a WoW raid leader, even though I'm vocally mute. You can have you and outwardly you. It can't be hard to have them match. Yes. As a matter of fact, the classes and the book that I had studied about personality types is that there is the innate personality and then there is your mask personality, which is exactly what you just described. Your natural internal one is your innate, where your outward appearance and your outward persona that you put out is your mask persona. They can have a lot of like similarities, and they can also have very stark differences, both at the same time. So that way there still is that overlay section where, you know, that's still purely you, whether you're being more so your mask or your innate personality. But then there's also the stark differences where everything you internalize versus everything you vocalize, is where the differences are. When I was younger, I wanted to have friends. I wanted people to like me, but I was an awkward nerd and no one liked me. I decided I'd rather not have anyone around instead, so I became a bitch, which kept them away. Instead, people not liking me for being awkward or weird. This is true. This has actually happened to a lot of people. Knock a dumper. I could write a book on this. It is complex. Being you is one of the hardest things. I get you. And this is why there is thousands of self-help books out there, because you could go on for hours talking about this stuff and the different like intricacies of relationships between people and how they interact, and your own interpersonal being. Caused me a lot of problems even in online gaming. I just wish I could learn not to be like this anymore, but it's hard. It is extremely hard to work on yourself and make personality adjustments. I tried to come out more as streaming. Even when I'm mute, I have to type. Or you can type. I have to be active in chat and trust my chat to accept the game sound is only that. It's helped, kind of. I'm an ISFPT, or adventurer. Oh dear God, I haven't used that method of personality classification in quite some time, and I forget what all the letters stand for, but I do know what you're talking about. I think my boyfriend and Naka only know the real me, or at least the me behind the mask. Legit question, and I'm not meaning to sound rude, but what stops you? I found out my depression made me bad. I hurt people and lost people I loved for it. It hurts to look at yourself and see the cracks that caused the shit in my life, but sometimes you gotta. Fear. I'm too scared to let that mask go. Which is a huge inhibitor for everybody. You know, we are literally wired to protect ourselves, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. And a lot of times that those defense mechanisms that are like hardwired into us, they are prompted by fear. And it wasn't until that we were able to, as a species, develop a higher level of thinking, that we were able to really actually just kind of become self-aware and work past that, because it's still hardwired into us. You know, it's just literally written in our DNA, and we can't just, you know, Control Alt Delete and shut it down, and we can't delete it. So it's something that we have to consciously work on up here to get past that hardwired automation of self-defense from that fear. Never rush, take your time. Legit thing, the fact you get it scares you is the most important thing, because you get it that it isn't easy. Blah, sorry if I'm being rude. No, you're not being rude at all. Nah, you sound like my therapist. No worries, I like my therapist. And they all, they kind of sort of all come from the same place of study when it comes to sociology and psychology and the understanding of relationships between people and how people just like naturally think and are hardwired. Not to say that any two people think alike, but a lot of times we're too focused on the differences between ourselves more so than the similarities. Because even though the circumstances may be different, the emotions are not. A lot of time, the emotions that we go through are almost identical, regardless of the situation that it's spurned from. I could literally sit here and go through a manuscript of about 3 movies worth of events and details that I went through as a child, through a very violent divorce and well, when I say divorce, it was more so the violence that led up to the divorce, and political scandals and literal like. And I'm not saying this metaphorically, I am saying this quite literally. But when actual like crime syndicates and corrupted law enforcement gets involved and you are literally trapped with nobody to call and to help you, I've been through some shit. But it's because of those experiences that I have learned a lot about life. I want to help. I might be broken, but I want others help happy. Even if it goes too far, I've helped by sending a lot of money to friends. I kind of see it as the only thing I'm good at. Oh no. Just make sure that nobody's trying to like take advantage of you for that. Definitely don't want you to all of a sudden become a sugar daddy for somebody without no benefit of, consensual nature. And I mean, sometimes that's the right thing to do. If people are in really tough spots and honestly don't know what to do, and if you could send them just a little bit of money just to help put some food on the table or make sure that they can keep a roof over their head and a bed to sleep in at night, by all means, definitely do what you can, without putting yourself out or anything of that nature. Because I always say, take care of yourself first before you can take care of somebody else. But yes, if you're able to do that, by all means, for sure. Careful of those friends I take it. Yeah, Jade was right there with me. I go back to what I said earlier. There is a difference between fear and caution. This would be one of those situations where we are doing risk assessment and caution. If there is a drug addict that's asking you for money, that's one of those situations, and I make this as a general statement, not talking about people specifically, but that's one of those where you want to make sure that you're not just giving them cash where they're probably going to turn around and use it for something not so good for them. Whereas you could turn around and say, well, what do you need the cash for? Do you need it for rent or do you need it for food? If you're hungry, I'd be more than happy to like order you a pizza and have it delivered to you, or I could like DoorDash something to you. So that way, that money is being spent for something beneficial for that person. Or like, if they do say it's for rent or for something, it's like, oh, well, give me the information for your property management and I'll send the money to them to make sure that you can stay in your place for another month. There's ways that you can still approach the topic without putting yourself out and getting that person in a bad situation, but also making sure that you are doing a positive benefit for them. So definitely use that caution in those situations. My bestie says to stop sending her stuff and she's gonna pay me back. They have sometimes, but it makes them happy. Life's that. If my place is to be help, even if it means they go too far, then my place is that. I mean, at least in the example that I was talking about, you know, especially if it's for like drug use. And I'm not talking about like a recreational drinking or smoking unless it's like an actual addiction problem. But if they're using it to, you know, get another hit of like crack cocaine or something like that, you know, if this is a person that I care about and I want to make sure that they're, you know, they stay healthy and that their well-being is taken care of and that bad decisions that what they think is making them happy, because remember, this is something that literally alters your brain chemistry. I'm not going to give them money for that. You know, they may hate me for that day or whatever it may be for that time of being, but I'm not going to give person money to give them the opportunity to cause harm to themselves. But like in the situation that I did describe, if it's because you're hungry, I'll help you get food. If it's for rent, I will help pay for your rent with your property management. If it's because you need something specific that you need to purchase, then I'll be happy to order it for you and I'll have it shipped directly to your home. Like, there are ways that you can still positively help that person to get them what they need without causing them harm. Never drugs, I'm careful. Yeah, and see, that would just be like in one of those situations where if you know it's going to be used on something that's going to do more harm than good, you know, just be very aware. There's still ways that you can help, but without being an enabler. You know, you definitely don't want to be an enabler in a situation like that. You sound like my mom, Naka. I've been around the block or two, okay? And not because I was sticking my leg out on the corner. A friend of my hubby's visits now and then, and whenever we can, we always help out by spraying what food we can with them. And you know, I've definitely seen people like that before. Like, I know when my mother, me and my sister were in a really bad spot. You know, we were bouncing from house to house and just literally trying to find a place to sleep at night when we didn't have a home. Um, you know, trying to figure out where our next meal was going to come from. Like, yeah, we would go to friends and family and they would basically let us grocery shop through their pantry and their refrigerator or whatever. And we had to survive off the charity of others for quite some time. So I get that. I definitely get that. I have been both on the receiving and giving end of that situation. Honestly, that leg goes places. Look, Drake. These legs, these boots are made for walking. Thank you, Nako. Legit needed this kind of chill. I've had a really bad week. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But yeah, everybody needs a release. Yeah, just talk about shit and life and just real stuff. Just real life. This is hashtag real life and how things should be. Yeah, it's great until you just really need to vent. And he comes back at you with pure logic right off the bat. I'm sorry, that's so hard to do when it's in a text situation. Because I don't know how to react when I can't hug a person or I can't talk directly to them. Naka is a sweet ginger. God, I hate when he pulls that logic crap when I want to. Fuck your logic, I want him mad. I am a innate troubleshooter. Like, I always want to try to fix stuff. I'm sorry. Oh my god, that actually reminds me of a video. Let me see if I can find it here. I'm going to share the link if I can. Oh, yep, here it is. I found it. It's not about the nail is what the video is called. I want to share the link. Come on, YouTube, give it to me. Give me the link. All right, here it is. Here it is. Not only am I gonna share the link, we're also gonna like do a little small watch party here. Yeah, there's no Final Fantasy. It logged me out. So we're gonna just rewind this all the way back to the beginning. All right, so that's the link, and then oh, I have to unmute it first. No. Unmute. We're gonna pause the music, and we're gonna play. Oh, why is it so quiet? Hold up. I gotta fix it. It's because Chrome is turned all the way down. So this is a perfect example of what we were just talking about, you know, especially with me being the personality type where I always want to troubleshoot and try to fix everything. This is a perfect example of this right here. That is me 100%. It's like, let me just, you know, I promise. That is me 150%. I am that guy. That is definitely me. But that is the exact thing that we were just talking about. Like, I see the problem. I see how it can be resolved and fixed. Sit on my hands. Just shut up. But yeah. I am 100% that guy. And that's true for a lot of people as well. I mean, talking about gender profiling is not okay. But in reference to gender profiling, and because of how certain chromosomes are wired that way, men tend to think like that very often, where they feel like they are being presented with an issue and a problem, and they feel like they're being asked to help fix it, and therefore are looking for a solution and try to offer a solution. And it's literally one of those situations where we have to sit on our hands, metaphorically, of course, and just shut up. Please, I love it if you could actually fix that. Like, you might want to go for a sleep study first. I've been that, seen the problem, wanting to say maybe I shouldn't say, or they get mad. Oh damn, 3 sleep studies. Jesus Christ. Gotta go, Midi stuff. Have a great night, Dale. Good night. Thank you for popping in. I probably should change the stream title too, because we are definitely not raiding anymore. That's for sure. But I have technically gone over like 44 minutes from the time that we usually shut down. And even though I was like 30 minutes late at getting home because I had a doctor's appointment today, we are actually 15 minutes over when I would have been cutting the stream anyways. Let's go ahead and see who else is streaming tonight. We're going to do a raid here. Get Twitch pulled up. Please mute this tab so I don't hear like 2 copies of myself. Thank you. Who is streaming? Let's see. Is Heck streaming? What is he doing? Ooh, what is he playing? Grove, Nostalgia's Inn. This looks like a little bit of a side scroller. I don't know what's going on though. I know nothing about this game. But Heck is just the sweetest little gamer ever. Love him to death. He's definitely a variety game streamer. He's part of a team called Mellow Fellows, and all of them are just very chill, laid back. All their streams are just kind of like feel good type scenarios and situations. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and raid over to Heck Vedika here. I need to come up with like some raid commands or something so we can start spamming people with Nakamotes or something. We'll eventually get to that day. When you raid Naka, this thing's for you. This thing? Concern? Hang on, I gotta find my raid button. I need to just start using the raid command. There we go. All right, a few seconds we'll be over to Heck Vedika. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I know we didn't do a lot of raiding. We only got our re-clear for P1S. We were missing some people though, and we'll definitely be picking back up tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, where we'll be doing the re-clear of P2S and getting back into P3S hopefully before the end of tomorrow. Hopefully we don't get started too late. I see you with the stretch. Hopefully we don't get started too late tomorrow, because I know one of our members was having some login issues with the new Steam update that came across recently. But we will see when that time comes around. But y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for coming in, and I will catch y'all tomorrow.